Good morning, students. In commerce, we have completed already two chapters. First, financial market. Then, kinds of financial market. There are two: capital market and money market. This classification is on the basis of the maturity of the financial claim, when it will be matured. The capital market is a market for long-term funds that will be matured after 1 year. But this chapter we are going to learn the next heading, the money market. That is, this money market deals with the short term funds. Short term funds means the maturity of the financial claim will be less than 1 year. That you should know. You should know to differentiate what is capital market and what is money market. Maturity period is more than 1 year in capital market. In money market, the maturity period is less than 1 year. That is why it is called short-term funds. So the money market deals with the short-term funds. Short-term funds, we can say, what are the short-term funds? All the financial assets and securities. Financial securities, we say financial assets. We have studied there what are the financial assets and what are the financial securities. So it will be available for a short period of time. That period of time is less than 1 year. Okay, but we can say in another way, that maturity period will not exceed more than 1 year. Less than 1 year means it will not more than 1 year. In different way they may ask you, because often they ask this question in one word. You may not confuse. For that one I am explaining again. Capital market is a market that deals with the long term capital funds. That maturity period is more than 1 year. And this money market deals with the securities whose maturity period is less than 1 year. In other words, not more than 1 year. Understood? Now we will see some examples of this money market. Not money market, the securities, short-term funds. What are the examples of money market securities? There are many given. Now they have given 2-3 only. The treasury bills. You might not have heard. Then commercial bills. Certificate of deposits. And government securities. Government securities. All these are the examples of money market that means the short-term securities. Understood? Now we will learn the definition. There are two definitions given. You have to study both the definitions, because last year I have asked them to study one definition. That definition was given by RBI, Reserve Bank of India. But they may ask sometimes giving the name of that author, one who defines that definition. So that time we may not be able to write the other definition. What is given in his name only we have to write. So now this year we will study both the definitions. So the first definition is according to Crowther. According to Crowther, the money market is the collective name given to the various firms and institutions. It is not one firm, one bank, or no, it is a collection of various firms and institutions that all these deal in the various grades of, they also deal various grades of near money. Actually, near money, why it is called near money? That's first I will explain. Near money, we can convert that to securities because all these deal with what? The short-term funds. Maybe this treasury bills, they are the example. So treasury bills, commercial bills, certificate of deposits, government securities, all these are called near money because we can convert them into cash within a short period of time, less than 1 year. So that is, many grades are there, not only one treasury bill. Another commercial bills are there, various grades of near money. Understood? So they deal in various grades of near money. Who deal this one? Various firms and institutions. I will explain this definition with a simple example. So just imagine money market as a vegetable market. Okay, it is a collection of many shops there, isn't it? Simply we say vegetable market, but many shops will be situated. Some people will be sitting and selling at maybe one fruit or one particular vegetable what they cultivate in their land. So but we say it is a one place vegetable market, but how many shops are there? Many shops are there, many people will be there sitting and selling. And what they sell, they do not sell any only one vegetable. Each one may sell one vegetable, or in one shop they may have all the vegetables. So that one you will understand, I think. So they deal in various vegetables, and many shops and people will be sitting and selling. That is a collective name given to that vegetable market. So in the same way, imagine this one also. According to Crowther, the money market is the collective name given to the various firms and institutions. Firms also, partnership firms we can say, not partnership, institution only, or business concerns we can say. Firms and institutions that deal in the various grades of near money. You might have understood. Learn this definition as it is given in this definition given by Crowther. Don't write your own words and don't use this example anywhere just to make you understand this definition. I have explained that example. Understand? Don't write anywhere there. Okay, now let us see the next definition. RBI has explained. RBI, what is RBI? Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India. RBI defines money market. RBI defines money market as what? A market, we also start a market for which financial assets, short-term financial assets. For short-term financial assets that we know very well. A market for short-term financial assets that assets are close substitutes for money. Close substitutes for money, because we can, it is another type of money, that is a substitute. So in the class also, if one teacher does not come, another substitute teacher will be coming for you, isn't it? The same way, instead of money, this it is one close substitute. We can sell that security, this financial asset, we can convert this into money. That is why it is said as that are close substitutes for money. Facilitates the exchange of money for new financial claims. For new financial claims facilitates the exchange of money for new financial claims in the primary market. Where we will get the new financial claims? In the primary market. Primary market we have studied, isn't it? The company issues shares to the public. That is called primary market. And also in the book they have given us as. So it is wrong. Okay, you write there and also for financial claims. And also for financial claims already issued, two types of financial claims. First one, financial claims in the primary market, and also for financial claims already issued in the second market. In the secondary market. Secondary market, we know that main place, substitute of secondary market is the stock exchange, we can see. So here I will explain here two types of financial claims which are issued for the first time in the primary market, and for financial claims that are already issued in the secondary market. Both the claims are there that it is providing a facilitates. Here I will show. That is providing a facility for the exchange of money. So these two claims we can change into money, cash. All these claims are close substitutes for money that are sold in the market. We are dealing not sold, but both is happening. Every market, purchasing and selling takes place. Okay. So RBI defines money market as a market for what? For short-term financial assets. That assets are how like? They are close substitutes for money, and it facilitates the exchange of money for two types of financial claims. That is what given. For new financial claims in the primary market, and also for financial claims that are already issued in the secondary market. You might have understood now these two definitions. One of the short answers, you have to learn this one very well, both the definitions. Now we will see the characteristics. Now first the objectives. What is the objectives of establishing this money market? So if it is a well-developed money market, it has to achieve the following three objectives. First one, they will equalize that, or it is provide, or we will learn like this. It will equalize the short-term surplus and deficit. Short-term surplus. Because in one business organization or the financial institution, they may have surplus short-term funds. So, short-term surplus and deficits. Another institution, they will be suffering because of deficit of short-term funds. So, these two will be equalized by the money market. Understood? That is the main objective. They have to equalize. Then they will be working with the central bank. Who is the central bank? Reserve Bank of India. Central Bank of India is the Reserve Bank of India, isn't it? RBI. So, with the help of central bank, it is helping in the liquidity of the company. Liquidity in the company. That means liquidity means what? That we can convert this into cash. So in the definition itself we learned, isn't it? It is providing the that they can convert it that short-term assets into money, that facilitates the exchange of money for the financial claims. So they are providing with the help of central bank the liquidity in the company. The third point is then those who are in need of this, that we can say the users of short-term money, short-term funds also we can say. The users, those who are using this short-term funds, they should get these funds at reasonable cost. They may not spend a lot of money to get these short-term funds. Reasonable price. At a reasonable means somewhat just price, not more. Okay, reasonable, maybe comparatively less price. That is called reasonable. Understand, the users of short-term funds will be provided, or they have to meet their requirements. That means they may need more short-term funds. They can avail these short-term funds at a reasonable price. They may not get it as a large price. For this purpose only, the money market is functioning in the country. Understood the objectives. Now the characteristics. The next heading. Characteristics is also called as features of money market. You have to write, or characters, they may ask, characters. Okay, nature, any word they may ask. Okay, you should know, that's what I am explaining. Afterwards you may not say we have studied characteristics, they have asked features. You should know the meaning of characteristics is features. For example, now we say, what is his character? One person will ask, isn't it? Then other person, he is of that nature, we will say. So both are same. His behavior, character, the manner how he speak with others. All these are the different words for the character, isn't it? So in the same way, for the characteristics, other name is features and nature. Okay, or characters. So you may not confuse with these words. Okay, now the first characteristics or feature of money market is, from the meaning itself, first we have studied short-term funds. So money market deals with short-term funds, or we can say short-term financial assets. Short-term funds or short-term financial assets. These short-term financial assets are called near money. In the definition, Crowther's definition we learnt, isn't it? Near money, because it is like not exactly the currency money. It is like near money, because within a year, within 2-3 months, they can convert this into cash. That is called near money. So what is the first characteristics? Short. You have to remember immediately, money market means short-term funds. That okay, so you have to remember that short-term funds, short-term, it is a market for short-term financial assets called near money. Understood? The second point is maturity period. Immediately you have to, that we are explaining the short-term, this related to short-term. Understand? So heading you have to study maturity period. Short-term means maturity period. What is the maturity period? It deals with the financial assets having a maturity period of less than 1 year or up to 1 year. Okay, up to 1 year. Up to 1 year, or you can write in another less than 1 year. Understood? So this money market deals with the financial assets whose maturity period is up to 1 year or less than 1 year. Understood now? Second point. Third point is conversion of cash. Conversion of cash. Then already we learned we can convert this into near money, because this near money we can convert that into cash. We studied, isn't it? That is what coming here. Okay, near money we can convert this into cash. So these assets, this money market deals with the assets which can be converted into cash without much loss. That is sentence we have to write. Without much loss, or with minimum transaction cost. At a reasonable price we studied, no? Reasonable price they have to, they should be provided with the short-term funds at a reasonable price. That one is given in another way. So with the minimum transaction cost, they cannot spend a lot of money for the transaction. We know to get a loan how much we have to spend, you know, isn't it? Long-term loan, we have to get many documents they will ask from the bank. We have to provide all those documents. Unless and otherwise we provided them, they never sanction that loan. So it in for transaction cost is more for that long-term loan, isn't it? That you remember. But in the money market, since it deals with the short-term funds, the they can avail the short-term funds without much loss, and they can the transaction cost will be less. Understood? Now the fourth one, no formal place. When we heard about a market, we immediately imagine a formal place, a physical place. One location will be there, a place will be there. But in this money market, it is a collective name given, we have studied, isn't it? That is why there is no formal place for this one. Then how these transactions take place? So all the transactions take place through phone. Understand? That is why no formal place. Transactions take place through phone. The phone means oral communication. Understand? Through phone. Or we can say oral communication. Understand how the transaction take place? Through phone. That is the oral communication. Then the documents or any written communications, everything will be exchanged later. After this oral starts with the phone call, oral communication. Some documents or the communicating written communication will be transferred later. Understand? So we can say that there is no formal place for the money market as it is available for the capital market, the stock exchange. For capital market, we know the formal place is the stock exchange, but here there is no formal place because all the transactions take place through phone, that is the oral communication. They may transfer some written documents and written communications. This will be exchanged later on. Understood now? The fourth point. Now we will learn the fifth one. Now the fifth point is sub-markets. This money market we cannot say as a single market or a single homogeneous market. Only one market we cannot say. It is not a single market, but it comprises of many sub-markets. Understand? Many sub-markets together called money market. Understand? So because they may do, each sub-market may be, they are doing the service in particular type of financing. Understand? Maybe example we can learn. What are the sub-markets? Here, call money market. From the name we can guess because there is no formal place, they will call in the phone. So maybe that call money market. Understand? Another one, acceptance market. When you study the bill, we studied treasury bills, commercial bills. These are the examples of money market. So we can say it is an acceptance. When we draw a bill, that you will learn, I think you might have studied this one in 11th standard. Bill drawn. In the accountancy, we have learned in 11th standard. Bill drawn and it will be accepted by the drawee. Drawer will draw a bill and it will be accepted by him. Then once the due date is matured, the drawer will receive the amount from the drawee because he has accepted that he will pay the amount what is entered in the bill. Understood? That is a recollection I am telling. So that is why it is called acceptance market. Then bill market. They might have given this one as first. So bill market, call money market, bill market, acceptance market. Then discount house. Many are there. Okay. So all these comprises the money market. So it is not a single homogeneous market, but it comprises of many sub-markets. What are the sub-markets? Call money market, acceptance market, bill market. Understood? Now the sixth one, role of market. Who plays the main role? Understand? Who are the components of the money market? Who are all the role playing in money market? That is a role of market. The central bank. First one, central bank. What is the central bank? I told you already. Central bank is the Reserve Bank of India in India. Understand? Central bank. Central government, we say no, only one bank. RBI, Reserve Bank of India. Then after central bank, commercial banks. What are the commercial banks? Can you say some examples? The State Bank of India, Canara Bank, all these will come under commercial banks. Then non-banking financial companies. Non-banking financial companies. These are the examples. We can say ICICI. It is not bank but non-banking financial institutions. Then discount house, acceptance house, we studied in the previous one. Acceptance house, discount house, because the bill will be discounted. That is why discount house, separate house. So all these are available in the money market. So many markets play the role in money market. Who are those market? Not market, the banks, isn't it? Central bank first, then commercial banks. Here, commercial banks, then non-banking financial institutions, acceptance house, discount house, etc. Here, the commercial banks only play the dominant role, the main role. Who is playing? The commercial banks. The commercial banks may get their suggestions or their regulations, norms, conditions, everything from the central government, but who play the main role? The commercial banks. Understood? That is the role of market. Then next one, highly organized banking system. Because all the banks which are involved in this money market are including the central bank. So it will be truly highly organized banking system only, isn't it? Not the private people. Highly organized banking system. Because it is organized by the central bank. And who play the main role? The commercial banks. So it is highly organized by the central bank. The all the segments of the money market, everything is organized by the central bank. So there is highly organized banking system. Next point, existence of secondary market. Here the which secondary market is engaged in this money market securities is not given. We have studied for capital market there is a secondary market, that is stock exchange. But for the money market securities, there should be an active secondary market. That is what given. There should be an active secondary market for the money market securities. But what is that is not given. Understand? So there should be an active secondary market for the money market securities. There exists, but they have not given what is the secondary market, because all the participants are the government institutions. You see, who and all play in the money market: central bank, commercial banks, non-banking financial institution, this IFCI, then ICICI. All these are government institution, isn't it? Discount house. We have never heard acceptance house. As we hear the State Bank of India, have we heard anywhere one acceptance house is situated? No. All these deal with the government securities. We never purchase those government securities. The bank only will purchase. That's why we do not know. So they may have a secondary market, active secondary market. Understood? There should be an active secondary market for the money market securities. Then ninth one, demand and supply of funds. Short-term funds, there will be always large demand and supply of short-term funds. Even for the foreign trade, maybe even for domestic trade, they will provide short-term funds. So there is a high demand and supply of short-term funds. For what purpose? For foreign trade and domestic trade. For the banks or the big business institutions, there is a large demand and supply of short-term funds. And it provides that short-term funds in order to improve foreign trade and domestic trade. Understood? You know, domestic means inside the country, foreign outside the country. Now the next point, wholesale market. We can say it is a wholesale market because the volume of funds. How we say it is a wholesale market? When they purchase in large quantity from a particular that manufacturer or a big trader, we can say it is a wholesale market. So this is also a type of wholesale market because the volume of funds are the financial assets. Funds only we say the financial assets. Traded in this money market is very large. That is why we can call money market is a wholesale market. Okay, then 11th one, flexibility. You know the meaning of flexibility? Flexible. One elastic is there, rubber band. When you stretch it out, it will be stretched out, isn't it? And when you lose it, it will be small. So we can improve that increase, decrease as we like. But can you take a stone and you can stretch it out? No. That length will be same. That is the meaning, flexibility. We can, whenever we need to make some changes that we can make, that is called flexibility. So here what is the flexibility they have? Here some regulations for regulations there is some flexibility, great flexibility. So they can make some flexi- they can make some changes in the regulations. So there is more flexibility in the rules and regulation of the money market. Understood? The last one is presence of a central bank. We studied already, isn't it? How how does central bank act in money market? What they do, this central bank, how it is present in the money market. So they keep the cash reserve. You may understand the cash reserve. Each bank, when they start our money market, what they do, they have to keep some reserve as that cash reserve with the central bank. Each money market institution, they have to keep some cash reserve with the central bank. We know when if our country has to issue currency notes, what they have to do, either cash reserve or gold reserve they have to keep in the central bank. What is our central bank? RBI. What is RBI? Reserve Bank of India. So they will keep this cash reserve in the central bank. So what they do, whenever this money market institutions, whenever they face their difficulties, money market institutions, when they feel some difficulties or their on season, that means when they suffer some difficulties, this central bank will provide, they will provide some financial assistance. Understand? They will provide them with the financial assistance. They will help them. They will provide, okay, some this money crores will be given to the money market institutions, because this money market are keeping more cash reserve with the central bank. Then whenever this money market institutions have excess money during their that means they have a surplus cash in hand. Now there is no business. That is called off season. Nobody is willing to borrow money. Then they are having surplus money. That time they will deposit this money with the central bank. Whenever they need, the central bank will provide money, and when there is off season, when there is a surplus fund in their hand, they will keep that one in the central bank. That presence of central bank is always with the money market, with the money market institutions. Understood now all the 12 points? I think I have explained enough each and every point. You have to study all these characteristics. It is one of the 5-mark question, long question answer. You mark them and study. Then these two definitions also, one of the short answer, you have to mark them. Understood? I think you might have understood this one very clearly. I will tell you which question it is. Long answer, it is fourth one, second question. Okay, characteristics. Then define money market. It is 2-mark question. First one, define money market. Understood? Define money market. Then this one, characteristic, is that long answer, second question. So you have to learn this very clearly, or you can once if you don't understand, once again you play and you can listen to my teaching and you learn it clearly, because they may ask it often. Understand? Okay, learn students well. And since you have many classes, I I'm not compelling you to send every day what you have learned, but often, at least one or two questions you can send it. Okay, students? Thank you now.